Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 5 of season 3 of The Expanse. Possibly episode 6 right after this is done, so if I have the same hair and shirt, couldn't wait. I was actually told to watch these both together, so I will. You will have to view them separately, and I expect the end commentary of this one to be rather short because I think I'm going to want to jump right into that next episode. I love when there's the end of the book that's in the middle of the season. I feel like that's actually like a really good plan for shows. Like if you could have like a finale event happen in the middle of the season and then you still have a finale at the end of the season, I think that that's amazing. I think that they it's a great trend to work off because not only like are you like keeping people captivated because you had like such an amazing episode in the middle of the season, but then like they know that there's going to be another amazing episode at the end of the season. Probably with this show, all the episodes are amazing. Just when you think like nothing important's going on, boom, Katoa has disassembled a person. Like, holy shit, that was graphic. One thing that I really like that The Expanse has done, like they're not overly graphic with death. They definitely show spacing and how like it's not even graphic, it's just devastating. Like watching somebody not being able to breathe and do anything about it. No matter how much they flail around, they can't fly towards a ship. Like it is what it is at that point. And it's devastating. Or people like in the last episode how there's like the guy that was frozen on part of the ship, like floating through space. Like that's devastating, and it's not necessarily graphic, but it definitely has a visual that you're not accustomed to seeing. Now, it is spooky season right now. It is like 4 days before Halloween currently. I've been watching a lot of Halloween movies, and there has been some graphic violence. And one thing that The Expanse has done with like Shed and like with Katoa's nurse is that like they don't overdo graphic violence and they don't overdo like gore, but when it's necessary or when it's least expected, boom. I didn't expect Shed's head to be gone and blood floating and going through a hole, and I didn't expect to see a person uncoiled and broken apart and disassembled like Katoa had done. It was shocking. It was devastating. It was like my face is itching, like even thinking about it. It was toe curling. And I absolutely love that because I don't know if they have much more of that in like the rest of the season or us seeing more of it like that, but it did its job. The fact that I was as shocked and appalled as I was, and Jules Pierre Mao was like, "Well, what do you know? It is working. Let's keep doing this." Katoa being able to talk to the rest of the proto-molecule all over space, whether it's Venus, I don't know if like it's Tycho Station making a phone call. Like, I know that it's talking through Katoa. Now, the problem with that is that that gives kind of a visual of humanity, a visual of a human experience happening, but it's not. Like, I feel like Katoa is just a conduit. Like, he is just like a mouthpiece, but like the human aspect of him is no longer there. It kind of was when he was it was an accident, or I didn't mean to, and then you kind of hear his voice change, and it's the proto molecule speaking. It's We heard Prax say that like when he thought it was possibly May that was on the hull, he almost like thought it would be brutal to show mercy to her. And now after seeing, the little demonstration video that Strickland was in, that it probably wouldn't have been, that it would have been a good idea to kill her. And I agree. Like the evolution that Prax has had from kind of like a soft, doughy, not been worn, torn, hasn't witnessed a lot of death and destruction in his life. He's kind of becoming accustomed to it. And he's more open to the idea of eliminating life when necessary, because he even throws the guy off the boxes that's on the boxes on the kidder, and it's just kind of nonchalant, and Amos is kind of taken aback by it a little bit, kind of like, who is this person? And Prax is changing, he's evolving, he's becoming desensitized, he's even kind of accepting that like this might be the way life is now for him. And I think Amos is kind of like, I don't know if he's shocked, but he notices because that's not who Prax was. He was a guy that valued life. He's a plant guy, and like now it's kind of shifting over. And it's kind of the same change that I would say Holden has had, but like, and you even heard Amos like tell Holden, like, I think you're right. And that's a big thing coming from Amos. So he's looking at these two men as kind of his guides because he no longer trusts Naomi. I don't think Alex is the best guide to go by either, where he's very heartfelt. I'm still very annoyed at that message. He did not need to send that message to his wife and son. They could have found out 5 years in the future that he was still alive, and it would have had a less painful effect because they would have already moved on. They wouldn't have been none the wiser. So the fact that he let them know, like, hey, you're not as important to me as this is, just wanted to let you know so I don't feel guilty for not being there anymore. That's kind of a shit thing for Alex to do. It's just not necessary. Just move on with your life. If you're gonna forget about them, just forget about them. Don't try to like say you're sorry and at least try to get that guilt off of your conscience. And her message back, I think, was justice. Sorry, Alex, you kind of got what you deserved in that sense. But I do have sympathy for him in that situation because in the middle of it, you don't know what to do. Mars is going to war with Earth, and the whole solar system is just going through this whole change with the protomolecule. I realized maybe Alex kind of was a little worried that like him not being there, it's definitely scarier without kind of their Martian soldier, their Martian not soldier. What is he? Sailor. He's a sailor, not a soldier. Someone on Patreon corrected me on that, and you're 100% right. He's not a soldier. He's a sailor. But like they don't have that protective person there, and that probably worried him a little bit. But they seem to be doing okay. Now, definitely on the last episode with the Mars kids. Like, what a bunch of chuckleheads. Like, really, they thought like these ensigns are gonna take over the Rocinante? Really? Do they know who James Holden is? They do. I don't know why they thought they were gonna get one over on him. It's just okay. But thankfully Bobby was there because Bobby actually knew how to handle that situation and de-escalate. But she also in the moment kind of like lets everyone on the Rocinante know, like, hey, I know you guys aren't the enemy. I trust you. You kind of see Bobby and Alex have like these kind of tense moments where she's having a hard time with them, kind of going and stripping the dead off of the Mars ships, and he's just like, "Hey, we wouldn't have found these people alive if we weren't stripping the dead," and kind of like tells her it's none of your damn business what we're doing, and he's not wrong. But also like she's trying to not be necessarily part of the crew, but like she's trying to do a part to help, I think. And she definitely proves that with these kids and saying like it took me a while to figure out who the real enemy is and these people aren't it. And she's like, I'm doing my duty to Mars. And so she's still very loyal to Mars, but she also is like not so blindly loyal that like she's just gonna do whatever Mars says or requests of her anymore. She's learned her lesson on that. Speaking of trust, Naomi got a long way to go. Look, I like Naomi. I think Naomi is a great character. I think that like, in her time of panic when she thought she was going to die, she did what she thought was right. Now, it's not even about Fred Johnson having the protomolecule and her giving the sample to him. It's the fact that she didn't tell anyone that she still had it. They were all under the impression that it was destroyed. That is a big lie to keep from people that you want to have trust you. So I don't know how she repairs that. It seems like her and Alex kind of have a better relationship. Like he's a little bit more forgiving, I think, than the other guys are. And definitely more so than Amos. Amos is just like, can't fix this, bitch. Nope. Dead to me. Which is a tough pill to swallow because he still will go about his duty and speak to her as a crew member, but as somebody that like he actually has a kinship with or a friendship with or even a closeness with. Done. Over with. I don't know if that's a finality to their relationship or if there is a way to fix that. Knowing what I know of Amos, I don't think so. But if he could see Holden in a different light, maybe he can get back to seeing Naomi in that light. I'm not sure. He seems like he's evolving in a very Amos way by like watching everybody else evolve around him or change around him or become whatever they're going to become. They're becoming. Like I feel like that kind of gives him a way to become who he's supposed to be as well. So maybe there's still hope yet that he can have this forgiveness moment. If he can learn forgiveness, I think that like that would be quite the turning point for Amos. But also at the same time, the thing that I kind of really like about him is he's very black and white. In some aspects that's horrible. In this aspect of like trust, I kind of dig it. And then of course, she kind of appeals to Holden's white knight nature by saying you just can't help but save everybody. And I like that. That's what I like about Holden. I get it, and you see him soften after like previously saying like, I trust Christian. I know what she is. I don't know what you are. And it's a rough thing to hear, but like she had to hear it. And I don't know where relationships go from there, but definitely she has a lot of work to do to earn back trust, earn back any sort of favor, especially with Amos. I don't even know how she does that. Now Christian is trying to send a message to anybody who'll listen about Ehrenreich, but when she sees Anna in the Secretary General's like speech gone wrong, speech gone awry, speech gone left, not Anna's way, she sees her way in. Because like there definitely has to be a history there that she knows about more so than anything, that like Anna probably is also the person that wants to be on the right side. Not just Earth, not just we're gonna fight this war and we're gonna win. Like where Christian is very Earth first, she's also let's do it with the least amount of loss of life as possible, which I'm all for as well. Ehrenreich, not so much. He went full villain last episode, changing the speech, kind of like still manipulating the Secretary General into thinking that war is exactly what they need to do. The episode previous, like there was a smile on his face when he saw that missile hit Earth, like where he was like kind of shocked, like, oh shit, this is happening. And then it was just like, well, I'm going to spin this, 100%. Now he's the evil guy twitching his mustache. I hope they give him a little bit more complexity in the next couple episodes for sure, because I don't want to just think of him as a villain, because I do know that like his intentions are to win, because he doesn't want Mars to get stronger as a military unit and then being able to actually be like an actual competition that Earth will have a hard time fighting and prevailing. I totally get it, but at the same time, can we chill just a minute? Like, we just don't have to like, it's Mars, shoot him. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. And like I said, I like Ehrenreich as a character because he is that guy where like, I'm just like, oh, I hate that you're winning. And it's just, but he's so good at playing that character. Same thing with Mao. I'm still Strickland, chop his head off. I don't care. Mao has become more complex to me as well, where I see like the sympathy and the empathy that he has for the children. He doesn't want them to experience pain until Katoa, and then he's like, aha, I'm back in the game. And it's like, oh shit, you can't control it. Stop trying to control it. You cannot control this thing. It's smarter than you. It's better than you. It's bigger than you. You will never be able to understand it, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, guys, I'm excited to hop into this episode. Even though it's just the end of the books, I would say that this is a penultimate episode leading into the banger. And I'm super excited, especially when you guys tell me, and yeah, it's spoiler-ish, because then I know something delicious and juicy is coming, that I should watch these together. I also think that, like, on purpose, like, the last two episodes essentially are an Expanse movie. So, prepare for my exit commentary to be very short so I can jump into 6. All right, guys, let's get into it. Okay, and I'll see if I can get through an episode without knocking my headphones out. And I do know, before everyone spams the comments, that episode 7 is the one that I shouldn't watch the intro. I won't. I promise. Xander's been very good at reminding me. And a lot of you in the comments, even on Patreon, everyone's like very much like, don't watch the opening. I won't. I promise. Watch me watch it. Like, accidentally, I'll forget. I'm like, I'll remember. Damn it, I forgot. Starting off with the Rossi. I love it. They still call it the Rocinante. I'm so happy.
Any idea of the resistance inside?
In terms of humans? No.
In terms of hybrids, there's no way to know for sure. It's possible the hybrids are either gone or dormant.
And if they're not?
Then we run. And
We saw
nuke the
Katoa.
goddamn place on the way out.
Brax. I don't want him to change too much. I don't know if he can handle killing somebody. Oh, good. This guy made it. Wow.
Ready?
Though I don't understand how you did it.
We didn't exactly get the KC and shipshape ourselves. We had help.
From
James
Holden.
There was a Martian Marine on board, Gunnery Sergeant Roberta Draper,
The defector.
as well as UN Deputy Undersecretary Christian Avasarala. She was there too.
Who else was there? Fucking Tooth Fairy?
It's a little hard to believe, son.
She was there.
Then why did they let you go?
To give you this.
Simultaneously, the MCRN Caracal, dispatched by Korshunov to take delivery of
Hopefully
their
they react
protocol
accordingly.
technology was
Avasarala wanted us to get to you and Admiral Souther. She says he's an honorable man. He wouldn't fight an illegitimate war.
He's been fighting one. And based on the number of our ships he's knocked out, he's pretty good at it too.
You don't even know if that's authentic. This smells like counterespionage, some kind of smokescreen.
I don't blame him.
Sir, according to our last drive sig scan, the Agatha King was en route to the Jovian system.
Callisto?
No, sir.
Io.
Looks like they're heading for Io.
There's nothing on Io but volcanoes, bad weather, and stink.
And maybe something we don't know about.
Yup.
Something important enough to divert a UNN flagship in a war zone.
Shouldn't we at least try to contact Souther?
An enemy admiral in the middle of a war to pass along a message we don't know is real.
Yeah,
for a purpose
maybe.
We don't understand.
Yes. Please?
Captain,
You've done your part, Ensign. Chief, get him on a damage control unit. One way or another, we're heading for a fight.
Aye, sir.
I don't know. I feel like she might think a little bit harder about it. I hope she will.
Admiral, may I ask why we're going to Io?
You don't need to know.
Oh, really?
Admiral, in the future, unless you have specific business on the CIC, there's no need for you to be here.
Fucking hate you, Nguyen.
Good coffee can save the world.
I'd settle for it saving my morning.
I haven't been completely honest with you.
Yeah, duh.
You can't nuke Io. I need the protomolecule.
Naomi was right.
She's a very clever girl. Earth doesn't have a sample. This is about the survival of our species.
I tried saving the world. All I did was make it worse.
But at least you tried. I need to understand the protomolecule.
You
And for
can't.
that, I need a sample. For the good of Earth, Mars, and the Belt. For the good of us all.
She's not wrong. It's
You're
just
not a
annoying.
child. So stop acting like one.
He's not acting like a child.
I'm gonna open up the comms and have one last little looky-loo, if that's all right with you.
Okay, make it quick.
What comms for what?
That's good.
What? Girl, you need to let him go.
Hi, Dad. I know Mom's mad and doesn't want me talking to you, but I just want you to know I'm not mad. A real warrior has to make sacrifices. When I'm old enough, I'm gonna join you and fight for Mars too. Anyhow, I just wanted to tell you, I'm proud to be your son. Bye, Dad. Hope you can come home soon.
I don't think he wants his son to be a warrior, though.
Just breathe.
Okay.
Squeeze the trigger, don't pull it. Not bad, Doc.
When Amos is impressed, that's a good thing.
Thank you for taking care of me.
Aw.
And for teaching me. You can thank me if we get your little girl back. Or get even. Like you said, it's the next best thing.
Yeah, Amos, you're having an effect on him, too. Mutiny?
Permission to speak freely, sir.
Please do.
Please do.
Oh.
Keeping you in the dark and relieving you of command for no fucking reason. Something is off.
We've been talking quietly to some of the other ships.
Oh.
Commanders you trained. They're loyal to you.
Oh, that gave me chills.
If you were to make a move,
You know what we mean, sir.
Yeah. And that's what worries me.
Oh, Boyer, I've been meaning to tell you, your boss is kind of a prick. Well, Wynn certainly has the right qualifications. The ability to kiss Ehrenreit's ass.
Did you know that Admiral Wynn was in the Vesta blockade?
So we're half the Joint Chiefs.
He was on the Yashijiro.
no kidding.
That must be a big deal.
Wynn saw 29 fellow sailors get blown out into space. You don't think he thinks about that every time he sees a Martian flag? I'm glad he's in charge at a time like this.
You and your crew killed a hybrid, yeah?
Yeah, barely.
Well, how'd you do it?
Yeah.
But we were lucky. They're not that smart. We lured that thing out with a nuclear warhead. Then I flipped the Rossi around and I torched that thing in my drive plume.
I need incendiaries. Or high explosives.
She's ready. She wants to go.
These might do the trick.
Oh, hold on there, soldier. The plan is if you guys see any of those things down there, you run.
I know the plan.
Bobby's got some revenge. I don't blame her. Now I'm like, yep, just shoot him. I don't care if it's Katoa. Blow his head off.
Katoa, can you hear me?
Oh my god.
What happened to me?
That doesn't even look like Katoa anymore.
I want to talk to you about disassembly. What you said before. Were you also talking about the Arbogast on Venus?
I think so.
Yeah.
You also said repurposing. What did you mean by that?
Yeah.
You find pieces, prop, building, across, the up, for the work.
The work? What is the work?
Yeah.
You can't stop the work!
Oh, that sounds like Kodazar.
There we go. See? It's all under control now.
It's all under control now? Sure it is.
It's obviously a malfunction, Ensign.
But sir,
It's an old ship. Take a break. I'll handle it. We just got a message on the Interfleet channel.
We're at war. Who the hell would be using that?
It's from Hammurabi.
Yes. Did she do it?
Specifically to Admiral Souther.
Or it was the kiddo.
You will clean up the mess you made for me. You will return to Earth alone. You will await my instructions. And you will get the fuck back to work.
Oh boy.
What are you gonna do, sir?
Oh, please do something, Souther.
I need to confirm it first.
What do you want me to do, sir?
Find the Rocinante.
Be ready for anything.
Oh my gosh, it's happening. It might be happening. I don't know if it's happening. Jesus, I never know if the thing that I want to have happen is actually happening.
Get the fuck out of my way, sailor.
Fair enough. Sup, buddy?
He said he ordered the destruction of a Martian ship that was supposed to pick up a weapon on Ganymede.
What ship?
The,
Caracum.
Caracum. That was it. That was her. I sent you the comms buffer.
Sure did.
Admiral Souther, please come with us. Admiral Wynn would like to see you now.
Oh, I hope his people, like, frickin' stage that mutiny and get it done. I just want to know who on the Martian ship sent the message. Was it the kid or was it the captain?
I know you feel like I betrayed you.
It doesn't matter what I feel.
It does. It's almost funny to say this after everything we've been through, but you don't really know me. But I want you to understand why I did it.
I would like that explanation as well.
You know, I used to run with the OPA. I was with someone. He was a romantic, an idealist, a fighter. He always believed what he was doing was right.
Sounds like someone else we know.
I had a child with him. A baby boy. Philip. The man I loved took him away because I refused to do what he wanted. I shut it all off. And I signed up to the Canterbury to disappear.
Naomi, I'm sorry. Why didn't you tell me?
It's hard.
No. I just couldn't. Seeing all those belters suffering. And you cared so much. It made it hard to stay numb. I imagine Philip amongst them. He put me up. I'm not sorry I gave the protomolecule to the pill. But I'm sorry for the way that I did it. I should have talked to you first. All of you. But most of all, you.
I'm never gonna like what you did. But I can't hate you for doing what you thought was right.
Because that's what James Holden would do. I think actually if she told Amos that story about her son, it would appeal to him a little bit more.
You were telling us about the work.
Yeah, tell us more about the work.
The work. What is the work?
What is the
work? What are you building?
Work. Finish. Soon. Finish. Soon.
Uh-oh.
Soon.
Uh-oh.
Soon.
Come with me, please.
Yeah.
Sedation protocol.
Sedation? I know that they don't want to destroy it, but need to burn the thing alive.
Whatever's building on Venus is almost done. We need to know more. You have to keep him talking.
His internal organs are changing. The vocal cords, the structure of his brain. I'm sorry, sir. He won't be talking to us again.
Then we need another conduit.
Don't you dare.
Of the remaining subjects, the one with the most similar genetic profile would be...
No.
Mei Mei.
Don't.
Make it happen.
God damn it. I want Brax to get her back.
Transferring launch control now.
God damn it. It's a great shot.
Sir, it's a Hammer Abbey. We're almost within range of the torpedoes. Battle stations.
How long before the rest of the fleet will be able to engage?
11 ships should have firing solutions 3 minutes after we do. Full fleet engagement 5 minutes after that.
Did she send a message or not?
Get Sinopoly up here on the double.
Right away, sir.
You sent that video to Souther.
Yeah, she did.
So that could be
I
considered.
know what it could be considered. War's an inherently unstable interaction of three things: intense emotion, politics, and luck. That message was luck. Maybe out here, away from all the politics and bullshit, luck opens a door and lets a couple of grunts figure out how not to fight. For once.
I love her.
We were in a shooting war, and I'd prefer to win it.
She's in command, isn't she? Oh God, Brax. Oh, I love when they're all suited up. God, Christian hates her.
No matter what happens down there, I got your back.
Thank you.
I mean, if we don't find her, or if we do and she's...
I'll be ready for that too.
You ready, Bobby? Hell yeah, she is. Holy shit, that's a break. No! Please tell me it was soon enough. Please tell me it was soon enough.
Feels pretty thick.
We can cut it.
Oh my god, I am sweating bullets. This is amazing.
They have a firing solution. Why the hell weren't they firing?
They're testing us.
Undersecretary Avasarala. What was she like?
Kind of mean at first. I liked her.
They're testing us to see who we really are. If we're honorable or not.
There's no honor in defeat. Weapons, prepare all tubes. We're gonna give them everything we've got.
Belay that order. In accordance with the military code of justice, I am relieving you of command.
This is mutiny!
For conspiring to wage an illegal war. I have proof. Take him into custody.
Are you insane?
Nope.
Give me wideband, unencrypted, all ships in the AO.
Sir?
All ships are Mars.
Channel open, sir.
I have relieved Fleet Admiral Wynn of duties under charges of conspiracy. We're fighting an illegal war. I'll be transmitting proof to both fleets.
No! No! No!
I'm ordering all UNN ships to take any actions necessary if the Academy is...
I want Kotiar to kill you, Nguyen.
Who hasn't acknowledged?
The High Surer and the Jimenez.
Fucking PT boats. Comes, give me a tight beam to the Jimenez.
I like how the closed caption said frickin'.
Weapons, give me a missile lock on the Jimenez.
What? Good for you, girl. You're such a piece of shit.
Jimenez, this is your final warning.
Somebody do something, please.
Return to the fleet, or you will be fired upon.
The Jimenez has been destroyed, sir.
He just sacrificed all of those sailors. If that guy is still behind him... Yes! Damn it! Fuck!
There's been a mutiny aboard the Agatha King, and UNN ships are firing on each other. If we engage, it will only unite them to turn their weapons on us.
Yeah.
If they want to destroy each other,
let them.
We will let them.
Yeah. God, I can't believe Souther's dead. God, we need Kotiar.
This is Captain Sandrine Carino of the MCRN Hammurabi. Any vessel that declares its peaceful intentions will not be fired upon by Mars, and will be considered to be flying under our flag of truce. If any vessel requires assistance, we are ready and able to help.
Yeah, fuck you, Nguyen. Do not fire on her. What does that mean, pod? Is he gonna fire a hybrid at them? What did that even mean? Oh, God. You fool!
They launched the hybrids.
Oh my God! Fuck! Yep, definitely watching the next episode. Okay, so... Fuck! Souther, dead. I really was hoping that Mutiny was going to be bigger, better, more amazing. I didn't expect everyone to die. I don't know why I would expect them to live. It's The Expanse. They don't let people live. I'm not shocked about Nguyen because I feel like he need to prove he big man. Those hybrids going to all of those ships, you're just spreading the proto-molecule everywhere now. And maybe, oh God, I mean, maybe Bobby can hail everyone and say like that we know how to destroy them, that, you know, use incendiary devices, you have to burn them alive or whatever it may be. Fuck! There's so much that happened in this episode that I'm just... What it really was the whole time that I was thinking was sons and daughters seem to be the thing that most of it rotates around. Holden being the son that his mother thinks that he is, and, you know, Christian using that to her advantage to try to, I don't want to say manipulate him, but try to coax him in the direction of kind of helping her get the proto-molecule. Naomi finally coming clean about her son. I wasn't sure if Holden knew about him or not. And at the last season finale, when she's like, I have something to tell you, I was like, is it going to be about the sun or is it going to be about the proto-molecule? And I'm glad she finally mentioned the sun, but also the fact that, like, you know, seeing Eros and seeing Ganymede kind of reignited that little fire in her that, like, you know, like he could be on the belt. And how Prax has a daughter that, you know, is being affected by the proto-molecule as well. Prax is changing. He really is. And I don't blame him. And I like the change only because it would be the evolution that I would want to take if I were in his shoes. But the fact that he's kind of like more so about like, I will put her down if I need to. And Amos is like really, the key to Amos's heart is always going to be children. Whether he's talking about like to Holden, like, you know, like how pedophiles think, which means that he has been around pedophiles. That he knows that kids need a parent. They need one parent on their side. And he doesn't want Prax to give up on May. And, you know, that the kid that was screaming at him to like leave his mom alone and everything, like, and it triggered something in Amos that reminded him of a situation with his mother and with, what's her name? It'll come to me, I'm sure. But like the thing that like really drives Amos is children and saving children and protecting children. Maybe because the child that he was never protected, was never saved, that he always had to do it himself. And he, you know, a lot of times we project our own shit onto people, and he's doing that where he wants to help Prax get May back. And he is seeing Prax changed, where he is seeing Prax saying that he's willing to sacrifice May. And, or, you know, willing to like do what he needs to do. And Amos really wants, you know, Prax to have his child back. And I'm sure, given the decision of having May without the protomolecule or killing May, like I'm sure he'd rather have May without the protomolecule, 100%. You see Jules Pierre Mao being affected because of his memories of Julie, and then like knowing that he has to use May now. There was a slight hesitation, but not much. Not much. Ugh! There's nobody I hate more on this show than Strickland and Mao. But when Mao is talking to Katoa, and Katoa is saying like the work is almost done, it's mirroring exactly what Kodazar said. So I'm wondering what the hell's happening with Kodazar and the protomolecule, with Dawes, with Fred Johnson. I don't know if like something's been happening with it or not, if he's been able to speak with it, but it sounded just like Kodazar. I don't want anything to happen to May. But I also don't know if Souther was able to get the message, Ehrenreit's message, out to any of the other ships in the fleet. The fact that he was willing to sacrifice the Jimenez, and his kind of right-hand man that was talking about how he watched 27 sailors be sacrificed in the Vesta blockade, witnessed that, I thought for sure that he'd be like, wait, it's not about saving lives. It's about your agenda. I thought maybe he would see that and he would stop helping Nguyen. That didn't happen. And then Nguyen's launching all of these pods of the hybrids. I get so angry about like certain things that are said and done on this show by certain people, especially when children are involved. But like that, and I know I keep saying Nguyen, and I think it's Wen. I know way too many doctors out here in Las Vegas who pronounce it Nguyen. But the fact that he is so casually just send. Like, does he know what he's just done? Did he have Ehrenreit's permission to do that? Does the Secretary General know that he launched the hybrids? Does the Secretary General know about the hybrids? Like, what did you just do? Now all those ships have to be destroyed in order to kill all those hybrids. Fucking fool, you can't control them. Oh. Bobby having the incendiary, like, bullets on her suit, I'm okay with, because she might have to use them versus other hybrids. I don't know if the hybrids that are in the pods are actually working hybrids or not. Because it was really weird in the last episode, when Mao had said, like, you know, I'm taking the children with me. Strickland was like, well, some of the children didn't make it. And he's like, do I have to specify the ones that are alive? So I don't know what that means. I don't know if those pods, like if there's a working hybrid in it or not, if they're blanks, blank hybrids. I don't know. Now, the fact that Katoa was talking with Venus and saying the work is almost done and then it was building, and I don't know what in use and of use. I don't know what that means. It wasn't an easy puzzle for me to put together, especially if Mao couldn't put it together. It wasn't super obvious to me. It might be. I mean, I have a feeling it probably very much will be. So definitely, like I said, this commentary has to be cut short. I can't sit here and blab on and on and on and on when there are pressing matters to get to. Holy shit. Okay, guys, the full-length reaction will be available on my Patreon for this episode, as well as 2 episodes early. So if you are watching this on YouTube currently, you can get the next one right now on my Patreon. Thank you very much. And there's also episodes for The Sandman and various other horror movies that have come out recently. Get ready for John Wick 2 in November. But other than that, like, subscribe. Set your notifications. Like, guys, I'm dying here. Why are you not dying here? Like, set your notifications so when I, like, upload this shit and it goes live, it's available. I'm so excited to get to the next episode. Okay, guys, I'll see you soon. Very soon. Like, well, you have to wait a couple days, but I'm going to go to the next episode. Donkey balls.